Join me as I take on the challenge of pronouncing the longest medication names I can find. Let's see if I can say them all without messing up. In this video, you'll explore the reason behind those lengthy medication names and what they really mean. Many people find it difficult to remember or pronounce medication names, leading to confusion and miscommunication. Have you ever stood at the pharmacy counter, trying to read the label on your prescription bottle, and wondered what all those letters and words meant? Maybe you've even Googled the name of your medication just to figure out how to say it correctly. You're not alone. Medication names can be overwhelming, and it's easy to get bogged down in the complexity of it all. But what if you knew that those long names actually held important information about your medicine? Would you approach taking your medication with a bit more confidence and understanding? Let's dive in and explore the world of medication names together. Medication names are often a mouthful, and it's no wonder we get tongue-tied just trying to say them out loud. But what's behind this complexity, and why do doctors and pharmacists seem to effortlessly rattle off these names like they're second nature? The truth is, there's a reason for every single letter and word in those names, and it's not just about sounding impressive. From chemical compounds to brand names and regulatory guidelines, there's a method behind the madness. You will delve into the origins of medication naming conventions, including the roles of chemical components, branding, and regulatory guidelines. The International Non-Proprietary Name, or IN, is the standardized naming system used globally to identify pharmaceutical substances. This system takes into account the chemical structure of the drug, as well as its pharmacological action and therapeutic category. It might sound like a lot to take in, but essentially, the IN provides a universal language for healthcare professionals to communicate effectively about medications. But what about brand names, those catchy, marketable titles that often bear little resemblance to the actual chemical composition of the drug? In the early days of pharmaceutical development, manufacturers would often coin brand names that reflected the drug's intended use or mechanism of action. Over time, however, brand names became more about marketing and less about conveying meaningful information. Take, for instance, the brand name, Viagra. Does it give you any clue about what the drug does or what it's made of? Probably not, but it does evoke a certain sense of excitement and energy. The tension between chemical names and brand names can create confusion, especially when you're trying to understand what you're taking. You will delve into the origins of medication naming conventions, including the roles of chemical components, branding, and regulatory guidelines. From morphine to metformin, every medication name has a story to tell. By understanding the components of these names, you can better appreciate the complexity and beauty of pharmaceutical development. So, the next time you're prescribed a medication with a tongue-twisting name, remember that there's more to it than just a fancy title. Highlight the surprising fact that these names often serve a purpose, providing information about the drug's function, composition, and even its intended use. Take, for example, the medication, acetaminophen. At first glance, it might seem like a mouthful, but break it down, and you'll see that it's actually quite descriptive. Acet refers to the chemical compound acetate, amine hints at the presence of an amine group, and phen indicates a phenol ring. Suddenly, this obscure name takes on a new level of meaning. It's no longer just a random collection of letters. The next time you're faced with a medication name that seems like a puzzle, try to decipher its code. You might be surprised at what you discover. Many medication names contain clues about the drug's mechanism of action, its target tissues, or even its potential side effects. By paying attention to these details, you can gain a deeper understanding of your medication and take a more active role in your healthcare. And who knows, you might just become the medication expert among your friends. Highlight the surprising fact that these names often serve a purpose, providing information about the drug's function, composition, and even its intended use. So, the next time you're scrolling through a list of medications online or flipping through a pharmaceutical textbook, remember that each name is more than just a jumble of letters. It's a window into the world of pharmaceutical science. By appreciating the complexity and beauty of medication names, you can develop a newfound respect for the scientists and healthcare professionals who work tirelessly to bring these life-changing drugs to market. Recap the key points discussed regarding the complexity and significance of medication names in healthcare. In conclusion, medication names might seem daunting at first, but they hold a wealth of information about the drug's composition, function, and intended use. By understanding the chemical names, brand names, and regulatory guidelines that govern medication naming conventions, you can take a more active role in your healthcare and appreciate the complexity of pharmaceutical development. Encourage viewers to share their thoughts on medication names in the comments and check out your other videos on drug safety and healthcare topics. Thanks for joining me on this journey into the world of medication names. If you have a favorite medication name or a question about a specific drug, leave it in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more videos on drug safety, healthcare, and the fascinating world of pharmaceuticals.